Since when did it start raining? Maybe the rain had been brought into being. I know it too. Like haze falls from the sky. Stair pieces through the rain clouds, ghosted in pitch black. It pours down on me like the rain. He's done before. I whisper in my heart for the owner to gaze. I don't feel the chill of the rain. In fact, the droplets on my cheeks seem almost warm. It's the first time I thought of rain as being warm. Perhaps it's because of the dome housing Noah 2 had been developed in air cold enough to freeze me. Reflected in my eyes is a shattered city. Reflected in my eyes is despair. Reflected in my eyes is death. Reflected in my eyes is nothingness. No one is here. No one moves. No one lives. The only thing audible is the sound of the rain continuing to fall. Noah's Ark had already been set into motion. We were unable to stop it. The future holds only despair. If everything remains this way, anything alive and anything dead, will it all be gently enveloped and washed away? Was it Noah 2's activation that caused his happy delusion? I do hear him murmur this in his heart. Such a beautiful heart. I walk over to him, lying limp in the rubble. It's my fault he's ended up like this. If I handled things better, he wouldn't have needed to become involved. Guilt torments me. I blame myself. Forgive me. I'll lay you to rest now, so... His manner of birth was all too sad. And so too would be his manner of death. The one whose heart was so timid, fragile as glass, and so pure it shattered into pieces. I didn't want him to suffer, at least at the end of all this. Lying there, he looks up at me, empty eyes. I push aside my emotions. By seeing him, I look away to keep myself from weeping. If if you and I are the only ones in the world, if we continue gazing solely at each other like this for the rest of eternity, would my world be reduced to what your eyes reflect? Would your world be reduced to what my eyes reflect? You are what's reflected in my eyes. I am what's reflected in yours. Doing it that way instantly reduces the size of the world. At least in the time you have left. I'll become your world. But it's a painful world. A difficult world. Or even a sorrowful world. I'll make it so that you no longer have to do it all. Dissolving myself, I speak. Hanging my head, I spread my arms apart. Like aiming to fly above the rain clouds. Like catching all of the rain.
あなたを見つめる妄想殺してあげる
Petals of light dance wildly. Like a gift from the sky for his funeral. I slowly kneel down to where he lay. I'll cry if I see your eyes now. I'm sorry. I'm not facing you. I softly embrace his head. His body is empty of tension. It says he's prepared for death.
辛いよねごめんごめんね今楽にしてあげるからね
This demeanor tells me it isn't merely conceit on my part. He wore a very peaceful smile. That smile is so sad. Even though I've held it in all this time. My tears blur my vision. because I didn't want him to see those tears. Because he had finally attained peace. I didn't want to worry him any further. Kissed him on the lips. Holding dry sensation, I accidentally pressed enter even though I did not do so. But his trembling stops at my kiss. He shares how my warmth had been of some use to him. Because he'll see my tearful face if my lips leave his. Because I want to kiss him again. My lips leave his. Because if my lips leave his, I'll become selfish and I won't be able to kill him. I remained like that, plunging my D-sword into his chest. The sensation of it ring through the skin of his chest, pouring into his flesh, threading between his bones, steadily sinking its way into his body. All of it passes through the sword and into my hands. I'm so sorry. You can sleep as long as you want now. Farewell. The sky continues to pour rain. It isn't blue. Not a speck of azure anywhere. Even if I wish for it, I can no longer see it. Is the sky blurring because of the rain? Because of my tears? As I hold up his body, as it gradually dissolves, enveloped in particles of light, I stretch my hand towards the sky. Somebody tell me where might that sky force have gone?
壊したよ心痛い Cry, cry うつろだね瞳きれい Cry,
Oh, what an ending! What an ending!
信じた果てに閉ざされた傷どこで間違えた青い空砕けた傷ついて傷つけて 大きな縄文をくぐればそこには喜びがある汚れも拭われてゆくそんな場所主のささやきはいつでも荒れ野に道を引くように偉大な力となった変わる月夜が眩しすぎて狂気を生み落とせば全て解き放たれゆく自信を命を満たすなら空想へと身代わりを託せばいい賛美歌があの日見せた祝福は遠に朽ち果てた
Like I said, what an ending. It was the first part. I've been recording this since the route started. And it was the first part where I saw things through the eyes of the victims of the Nugent cases. It was extremely hard to sit through, to be honest. So yeah, I really like this ending. And I think, aside from one very brief bad end in chapter 6, I think we've seen all major endings. And like I said, I've recorded this in one session from when this route started. So I'm not sure what day this last part will be up. It might be either Wednesday or Thursday. But I was thinking, since my next week, I've been recording things in advance for that, my next week will be extremely busy. So I won't be able to record, so in order to buy some time for myself, I'm planning to, and also because the weekend will be starting and I'd rather prefer for a Chaos Child to start on the next Monday instead of the Friday after this video. I wonder, since Chaos Child will be basically a kind of a sequel to this game, I assume that the AA ending will be the true canon ending. And I wonder how things will go from there. I'm really excited for Chaos Child, since people have been saying it's as good, or maybe even better, as Steins Gate, and longer too. So that's going to be a very wild ride. Stay tuned for that next Monday. And as always, thank you all for watching, and until next time,